The starting lineup for the visiting Orlando Magic. At guard, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. At the other guard, Cole Anthony. The center, Wendell Carter Jr. At forward, Franz Wagner. At the other forward, Paolo Banchero. Starting at small forward, 6'6", number 9, Justin Champagnie. Starting at the other forward position, 6'8", number 18, Keyshawn George. And in the middle, 7 foot even, number 20, Alex Sarr. At shooting guard, 6'7", number 32, Rex Middleton. The other guard, 6'4", number 13, Jordan Poole.
It's Friday night, and live on 2K Sports, we're going to bring you the NBA and all its excitement. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And on the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And here's a look at some numbers for him.
And something has really clicked for him at the free throw line. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. A switch flips, and all of a sudden, you're locked in.
Now the starting group for Orlando. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell-Pope and Wagner. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. And it's Anthony in a point guard. And for the Wizards, Jordan Poole is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's George. Then it's Sarr. And it's Champagnie in at the small forward position. Here at the end of the season in our sights now, Stan, how much of a toll does a regular season take on the coach?
Well, Kevin, the big thing is you just don't sleep a lot because you're running on adrenaline and your mind is always going, looking for more and more answers, so it can be exhausting mentally.
Here's Caldwell-Pope. That shot missing. Great D that time for Middleton. Pass to Poole. Outside, George. Now here's Middleton. Here's Poole. 6 to shoot. Over Anthony. And Poole gets it to go. Poole's got the first points on the scoreboard for Washington.
And the mid-range can be tricky for Poole, but he can sink them when he has to.
Here's Wagner. And the layup's good off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Here's Orlando now. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
Yeah, look, that's not the kind of performance they would have liked. But the one good thing about this league, The next game's always right around the corner.
Now, here's Poole. Following the missed shot by Franz Wagner. Champagny, count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Making the right pass is the first thing on Poole's mind. He wants to be the floor general.
GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty track record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Franz Wagner grew up in Germany, but he says one of the reasons that I went to college in the U.S. was to learn a different mentality. The game is played more competitively, and talking trash is welcome. I had it in me deep down, but that brought it out more. And that combination of styles has helped him to this day. Kevin?
Great stuff, DA. Thanks. Here's Poole after the made shot from Cole Anthony. Now, Poole, not too proud of his numbers in that game against the Jazz, that's for sure.
Showing his strength inside. Poole muscles that one home.
Wagner passes to Carter. Banchero with the ball. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Orlando shooting their first free throw of the night here. The Magic making a switch here. Goga Bitadze is checked in for Carter. Isaac comes in for Wagner. Gary Harris is checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Anthony Black in for Cole Anthony. That free throw, good from Banchero. Well, Coach Van Gundy, you spent a number of seasons with the Orlando Magic franchise. And looking back at that time, what stands out?
Well, Kevin, what stands out for most coaches and jobs, we actually won a lot there, and the winning stands out. I coached a great group of players, inherited not only talent, but guys of high character. It was winning, and it was fun.
We did a lot of winning down there.
We did.
Oh, good to see that Banchero has options if he can't penetrate. Your game has to be multifaceted in the league.
Here's Smart, outside, George. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Wizards lead by 1. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Yeah, they really trust their depth. They have no problem relying on their bench in crucial situations.
Orlando trailing here. Johnson is out there with Marcus Smart. Then there's Rashawn Holmes. Then it's George. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my. Wow. That kind of stuff from Banchero belongs in All-Star Weekend.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. The first overall pick, and Stan, we have seen this kid, 6'10" Paolo Banchero. How impressive have you assessed his passing skills?
Well, Kevin, it was the thing that surprised me most about him when he came in the NBA. I knew he could put the ball on the floor and attack the basket, get to the free throw line, but he is one of the best big playmakers in this league, making the game easier for all of his teammates.
Wow, what a great asset.
You aren't kidding.
Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players, and it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
The first free throw is good. And Stan, after a few down years, the magic has been recaptured here in Orlando.
It sure has, Kevin. They've had great draft picks. They have a couple of young franchise cornerstones. They've got size. They've got guys who will continue to improve. This team's got a chance to be really, really good going forward.
He hits both from the stripe.
And Isaac really continues to intrigue you. A 6'10 forward who's just got great agility and can be a nightmare in transition.
George with no one around. Drills it from outside. George has got himself on the board with 3 there.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Isaac outside. Pass to Banchero. Back to Isaac. No good that time. Excellent D there from George. To the middle, here's Johnson. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Now Banchero. Banchero draws the double. This one for 3. The Magic again can't hit. Wizards leading by 4. Great, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking them.
Magic have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the Magic retired the first jersey number in their franchise's history, that of our esteemed colleague and Hall of Famer, Shaquille O'Neal. Orlando's #1 pick back in 1992, Shaq went on to lead them to their first NBA Finals appearance in 1995. The honor is well-deserved, Kevin.
Yep, he's our teammate, isn't he, David? We love him as a guy, and we love him as a player. And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. And Coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group. Carter, he's checked in for Isaac. Wagner comes in for Banchero. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Harris. And Anthony subbed in for Black. Washington's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Back to Poole. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Check out Poole taking it to the 10 with reckless abandon.
Outside Anthony. Back to Wagner. Inside, here's Carter. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Poole. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Back to Anthony. The layup missed.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Poole against Anthony. Now, here's Poole. Defense right on him. 6 on the shot clock. Lays it up off the glass. Poole's got the lead up to 6 now for the Wizards.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
And so it's Washington with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, just try to keep pushing the ball and get stops.
We know that's Coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
And you know, for that matchup against the Lakers, they'll be facing a team that's had a little better year. But this game is winnable if they bring the energy.
Oh, they're going to need more than energy, Kenny. There's a talent gap here.
And now taking a look at that first half action, it was a less than ideal start for the Magic.
I've seen more stops in All-Star games. What do they call it, guys? Oh, yeah, Matador defense. They're just letting scorers go by.
Ole, ole, ole! That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game, Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. The Magic trail by 6. Checking out the group for Jamal Mosley to start the second half. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. And it's Anthony in at the point.
And a big man who can do a little bit of everything. Banchero's future is certainly bright.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
He misses the free throw. Back in 2022, the #1 overall pick was Paolo Banchero. What do you think of his game?
You have to love his game, Kevin. I mean, handles the ball as a big guy at 6'10", makes plays for other people, scores, gets to the free throw line. All-star game in his second year. And on that team, he has really, really looked to defend. This guy's future is bright.
And their coach is another guy from the Seattle area, right, who has come on the NBA and starred.
There have been quite a few of them.
Pass to Song. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Washington shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
First team foul. At the line for the Wizards, 5. One shot.
On the free throw, no good. And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
They're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow. And this is something Banchero continues to hone, wanting to become a dangerous threat from deep.
And the call on the shot sends him to the line. Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
I mean, led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
And the first one at the line is good. And Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
So he gets them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Wagner. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Wagner's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, that's a good sign for Wagner. He's working to become a more consistent shooter from outside.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
Get up, get loud, your Wizards. And that was your Wizards.
Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. Fourth, the Magic.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Poole, no good. And Wagner's got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. They trail by 3. Ben Carroll, left side. Pocket 6. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Saw the pass to Poole. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Second person.
It's on Cole Anthony.
There's a toughness Poole brings to the floor. He can handle a little contact.
The Wizards have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this one. That's good from Poole. Working his way from scout to head coach, Jamal Mosley was a longtime assistant under Rick Carlisle. He has paid his dues, Coach.
Yeah, and Kevin, I really admire the guys that put in the time, as you say, pay their dues and get themselves ready for when they get the opportunity. There's a lot of outstanding younger coaches in this league, and Jamal Mosley's as good as any.
Yep, I would agree.
Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
Here's Poole. He's got 14. Misses from close range.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Wagner on the wing. He's got 5, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Alex Song.
You love to see Carter using his size down there, going right into the defense and earning the foul.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Well, there's a unique profile for Wendell Carter Jr., a tremendous rebounder and shooter, and now he's playing on a pretty good team, and he's a big reason why.
He sure is. Look, he's really big at 6'10", 270, all right? Top 20 in the league in rebounding and effective field goal percentage. Can shoot the 3. Great blend of size, skill, and toughness. Well, more of a classic big guy. Wendell Carter Jr. is at his best inside the paint, mixing it up with guys on either end of the floor.
A nice shot by Black. Third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Outside, Smart. Pass to Song. Poole up top, covered by Anthony. And it's sent back by Carter.
Well, that's just great defensive execution. Carter Jr. connecting on the block.
Going to the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Here's Banchero. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
And this is what everyone wants to see. Banchero is attacking without hesitation on the offensive end.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game. Here's Holmes. Second chance shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Holmes got his first bucket of the night.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Washington out in front. They're up by 1. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Johnson. Also, Marcus Smart is out there. And it's Thor in at the power forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. Isaac left side to the inside. Here's Bitadze. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Holmes. Here's Johnson. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Johnson's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Wizards. Banchero outside. Rebound by the Wizards. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. Pass to Johnson. Back to Smart. Over Harris. They get it again, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Goga Bitadze. Wagner comes in for Jonathan Isaac. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Harris. And Anthony subbed in for Black. Here's Carter, off with the layup. Here's Champagny. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Champagny passes to Poole. There's the triple. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
It's been one of those nights for Poole. He is on a heater.
Here's Sarr. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And it's an 8-point Wizards lead.
And just using the natural advantage he has, he can see over the top of the defense.
Yeah, there's not much else the defender can do there.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Jamal Mosley was going over with his team. He said in the huddle, we got to play some defense in the paint. They're getting too much in there. Battle down low. Time to fight, guys.
Thank you, David. The Magic trail by 8. Here's Banchero. And stolen by Sarr. And here we go. Fast break. Sarr's got it. Rejected by Banchero. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Banchero. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
There's 1:54 left in the 4th quarter. And Middleton kicks to Poole. Over Anthony. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Looking to get on the board here in the 4th still. Basket good.
They continue to battle out there. So close to taking the lead.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
The drive by Poole. Power down with both hands.
Nobody can master a lane quite like Jordan Poole.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Washington.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And we also got to talk about the damage they've done inside. The opposition having a hard time keeping that ball out of the paint.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Well, look, Banchero's a guy who can put the offense on his back. And sometimes He can do it for long stretches.
And he does get the second one. And that narrows the gap to 7.
Every point matters in a game like this. We should remember that in this free throw when it's all said and done.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. .115 left in the fourth quarter. Sarr with it. Pass to Middleton. And here's George. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. And the Wizards lead by 10.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Wizards.
And it may be a comfortable win for them, but, they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And really, they finally got something good to happen against this team. The last 2 games they faced them weren't nearly as productive.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jordan Poole.
Yeah, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
Personal foul. First team foul.
20 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And an intentional foul right there.
Third personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Wizards, Jordan Poole, taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Good job converting at the line and helping to build this lead.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. 19 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell your guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
Nineteen seconds left to play in the final quarter. Deep 2 from Anthony, and Chris Middleton pulls it down.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
And so it's the Wizards with the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And that'll do it, folks. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Now it's time to present our player of the game.